Hello, guys. Welcome to the final part of the training. And this is specifically for people who have money and they have limited time or no time. This might be you, I'm not sure. But basically, this training is for you. So basically, imagine this. I want you to imagine the end in mind. So imagine it's been like a month or two. You've been working together, and you're generating hundreds and hundreds of leads per month. These people are coming into your inbox. You either have yourself, a junior mortgage broker, and or an ISA, which we can provide for you for an additional cost, calling these people and setting appointments for you. You are essentially just in your office getting or waiting for people to come into your office and writing an application for them and getting them to basically get approved for a mortgage. And finally, you're eventually will get an underwriting team because hopefully you'll be so busy that you'll basically do about 10 deals or 20 deals a month. I know a guy that's doing 40, 50 deals a month by having a system. Okay, now the final step is that you're able to scale up your business with the more online marketing that you're doing or even offline marketing at this point. Okay, so that's the vision. That's the end of hopefully the goal that you will achieve if you have a repeatable system like this one. Okay, now what's required? I'm not gonna lie to you. It is mind-boggling to me sometimes when I get these calls or emails or whatever, where people literally say, "Well, I want all this leads and I want all this business, but I don't have any money." So obviously, the first thing is when you have a marketing strategy, you need money. You need reserves for at least, I would say, 3 to 6 months. People like Dave Ramsey and others say if you're a business owner, you need to have 6 months worth of business expenses as well as 6 months worth of personal expenses. I personally, and you'll find, if you don't have enough money for at least 3 months, I will not work with you. Even if you say I want to work with you, I promise you that. I'm very conscientious about that. You have to have an open mind and be able to call the leads as soon as they come into the um, system. And if you're not going to call them, you have to have somebody else call them. You need to be able to fulfill on the promise because it's not just the leads. The leads are valueless. They have no value if you cannot close them or if you can't help them. I once had a junior mortgage broker who was super enthusiastic. He got about 120 leads from us in 1 month and he couldn't close a single one. And then I had another guy who had been in the business for 4 or 5 years. He did like 40 leads and he ended up closing three. So that just goes to show you experience does matter. Okay. And hopefully, once you do close some of these people, you're able to generate more referrals because you're doing a great job. And then at this point, you're able to rinse and repeat, meaning do it over and over and over. Okay, so that's really what required. You need patience, you need hard work, you need money, you need cash reserves. You have to have an ability to actually service these clients. So it's not like, oh yeah, anybody can close these. No, you actually have to have a product and you have to be competitive somehow to be able to close these people. Okay. Now, today, what I'm going to explain to you is just what the customer journey looks like. So imagine there's a couple sitting at home and they just found out they're pregnant. Or perhaps there's a young man who just proposed to a young lady and he said, hey, let's get married. Or perhaps, God forbid, there's a death in the family. Or perhaps somebody's divorcing. Or perhaps children are going off to college. All those scenarios are what we call a life event. So something is triggered, all of a sudden the client or the person, they're all human beings, they go online and they all pick up their phone or they go on the computer and say, hey, what do I need to do to qualify for a mortgage? What do I need to do to pay off some debt? What do I need to do to do something? And then they decide to buy or sell or downsize or upsize. Okay, and then they go to all these different mediums, which is Google, Bing, Yahoo, MSN, or Facebook, and then they basically start asking their friends and family about suggestions, or maybe they even just go on the internet and try to find suggestions there. Okay, now what happens? So let's say you hire us, you know what the client journey looks like. So what happens is we build a mortgage funnel just for you, and it has a lot of questions. We're about to show it to you in 5 minutes. Um, then we build a strategy to get traffic. We find out where's the best traffic for this. Depending on your budget and depending on how fast you want to get going, we build a strategy for you, and then we start asking. We start getting prospects to start asking you, "Hey, do I qualify for a mortgage?" So this is literally if you Google, how do I qualify for a mortgage? These are what the ads look like. We basically start running ads. We show you, you show up everywhere a client is looking for a mortgage or a mortgage broker. We collect a ton of data to target the people you're looking for, and we try to achieve the lowest cost per click because of all the strategies that we will explain to you in a bit. This is literally a client who's essentially getting about 700 leads a month. Mind you, they have a decent budget, I think, and their management fee is massive, but they're very happy because they do about 150 deals a year. Okay, what happens next? So this is literally a deal. This is one of the leads he's one of our mortgage brokers is using. But essentially, this is what it looks like. Your inbox is filled with leads like this. You decide how much money you want to spend per day or month. You start getting appointments and moving people through the process. Okay. Now, why us? There's a ton of people that do what we do. I'm going to say there's probably three, four different reasons why you should be using us. See, first and foremost, I'm not your typical marketer. I am not your typical marketer. I don't just do what everybody else does. First and foremost, we have some special technology. I'm myself in real estate. Before I go into the nitty gritty, myself, I'm a real estate. I'm in real estate myself. I used to be a mortgage broker. Mind you, I didn't know all the stuff when I was a mortgage broker. But now that I'm in real estate, everything you see here, I do on my own campaigns. So I have two, that's number one. Number two is I use AI. So I use artificial intelligence to manage bidding strategies and define new patterns and new trends, essentially. Now, why is this important? You end up getting the lowest cost per click and the lowest cost per lead. Okay, we also use something called click fraud detection. This means that your competition will not drain your budget. Trust me when I tell you this, I've used this in both. I've used it in both with and without click fraud detection, and I've seen a huge dump. I've seen a huge change in how much stuff cost, and it's pretty crazy. Okay, so these are the three things that most marketers will not do or will not actually. They don't even know how to do. Okay, now if you like what you see here, well, what's next? First of all, you can apply to see if you qualify. Okay, we'll call you and see for a good fit. Now, if you don't have the money, please don't, you know, apply because obviously you don't have the money to do this. But if you have the money, if you don't have the money, great. Go to Res 360. That's not a problem. Go to Res 360 and just pick a template and use it and do whatever you can. Go do it on open houses or go do it with something else or just go out to realtors and talk to them, try to get business. But if you want the done for you mortgage lead generation system, please apply. Basically, what I would highly recommend is you either give me a call or try or go to res360.com and just play around with the template there. But the most important thing is if you are interested, please do apply below. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.